Hello, this is about the book The Science Language of Adam, the Ancient Language Master Key, Untold Story of Language. And today we will be discussing the letter Hey. Letter Hey in Hebrew. The sound of the letter Hey is like that of the letter H, Hi, but in practice the letter is corresponding with the letter E in English. And the number 5, it is the 5th letter, also in English. In an ostricon is a little stone or clay piece with writing. An ostricon which was discovered in the area of the ancient settlement Ibn Hatzer near Rosh Ha'ain in Israel, central Israel. In this archaeological site, known today as Izbat Karta, or Izbat Tarta, the letter Hey was discovered to be identical actually to the letter E in English, so it already developed then a similar form of the letter Hey. The letter Hey actually evolved from a depiction of a man raising his hands to the heavens with his hands above. E is actually the upper part of the body, and the lower legs were rounded. So actually the letter Hey in Hebrew are the two lower legs, the other part of the letter. From this also developed the numeral 5, which is actually a part of the sign, of the full sign, but it's one-sided. So the number 5 comes from this as well. This ostricon which was found is about from 1200 to 1000 BC around. And this was already written as the letter E in Hebrew then. Also due to the similarity of sound, the letter Hey and E sometimes are replaced by the letter A in English. So some roots are written with an A, but it's the English A, but it actually is derived from the letter Hey in Hebrew. The difference is with the air, Hey, and it means it's like a call when you're calling someone or something familiar, like hey, I know this person. So it's the knowing Hey. That's why we're using it as the also in Hebrew. And it's also an admiration, a height, knowing, calling a wonder, calling out loud. The letter Hey means also height, calling from the mountains. You see, in the past when people there was no amplification as today, so if somebody wanted to speak to the crowd, they would have to stand up on something and be higher than the other people, and he would be the spokesperson. That's why many important people were called Har. Har meaning mountain, because they would go either to a higher place or a mountain or an elevated place and speak to the crowds beneath them, and they would be called Har. In ancient Egypt, for example, they found stamps with names like Har Yaakov, Har Jacob, Har Yosef in this ancient city of Avaris, in the ruins of the ancient city of Avaris, Tel El Daba. And this means an elevated person, a priest or somebody important, like a king or nobleman. Later still used in German, for example, as Herr so-and-so, and I believe it comes from that, from an elevated person, means to respect someone, to elevate him. It has to do with this. The meaning of the mountain in Hebrew is also Har. It means elevated grounds, is a Har, it's a high head. Rosh is a head, I'm explaining this in another chapter, and Har, it means an elevated head. Also, the letter Hey symbolizes worship, the worship of celestial bodies, like the worship of the sun, the moon, the stars, of the clouds, and rain gods, cloud riders, they were called sometimes, the worship of the one God, the Most High. One of his names actually in the Bible, also in the Jewish religion, is depicted by the letter Hey, just Hey, as the worshipped one. This is one of the names of God. The main cults in the ancient world performed their worship on top of mountains. An example is the use of the letter Hey. Calling from a mountaintop can be in the word echo, or head. Hebrew, head, meaning echo, actually. So you see, in the past, temples used to be built on mountaintops, like the Mountain Olympus temples, or whether it is in Jerusalem or in Haifa, there was also one temple on the mountaintop. There were in Greece, more temples on mountaintops, in Rome, and so on. The Baal Hadad temples in northern Syria, in Homs or in Mount Hermon in Israel had worship there. Brit Ben Abtarim, the alliance of Abraham was with God, was on the mountaintop. So the letter Hey symbolizes also an echo or speaking from mountaintops. It symbolizes the rotation, the calling back and forth. The Daled meaning rotation. So head is in Hebrew meaning echo because it rotates around. It could be heard all around. The German word hoch, or in English high, like height, describes the heights, and it also derived from the letter Hey. There is a connection between the work of God and the mountain heads. We can see it also from the Shir HaMa'alot, the Song of Virtues, from the Psalms chapter 121, verse 1. Sinai le'arim me'ain yavo ezri. So the Song of the Ascents, I will lift up my eyes into the mountains, from where shall my help come? So we can see from that already that the mountains are believed to hold belief in the divine. Another example of the use of the letter He in Hebrew roots, for example, to lift something and turn it is hafach, to turn something. Lahafoch, to lift and turn something. This is also in the words alleviate, for example, in English, where the E is actually the manifestation of the letter He. Another example of this ed, which is an echo. See, the spokespeople used to be uplifted from other people and admired. So we can see in the word alleviated and admired, ed, which meaning an echo in Hebrew with the Hey, turned into admire in English, which is with an A. So here the letter Hey became an A. The German equivalent erheben. Erheben is to uplift. So we can see the Hey also manifested in the German word erheben. And the ben, the suffix ben, it's actually a manifestation of the Hebrew word bar, which is also in German something which is capable of or being done, to do something. It's machbar. You can do it. It's makeable. So the ber, I'm explaining also in my book, the group of letters L, M, N, R are interchangeable. So ber and bel or ben, manchmal, sometimes are interchangeable as well. This is also manifested in the word honor or honorable or Herr in German, as we previously discussed. Verhörung, to uplift in German. This is all coming from the letter Hey. This and much, much more, and how the letters were created, and what does this depiction of a man raising his hands up mean, and where it came from, you can read in my book. The Signs Letter of Adam, this and much more. I am hoping to release this book soon. I'm doing crowdfunding campaign to help edit the book professionally. This book is a result of a research which I have been doing for the last 7 years or more, and if you can contribute, that would be great. The book has to be translated to many languages because I believe we are all connected. We are all speaking basically the same roots, and our roots are derived from ancient pictograph predating the last ice age and the agricultural revolution. And I hope this book could bring people together rather than distance them. So we're all speaking basically in the same language in different forms and variations, but it's basically the same forms, and the roots are very similar in all languages. And I'm giving there some rewards. If you contribute, you can write the name of a loved one in the front pages of the book if you contribute a certain amount of money. For those who cannot contribute, please wait to the release of the book, and I will try to do it as affordable as possible. Thank you very much for listening, and have a great day. Take care.